All right. So, last time you guys had continued your battle with the demilich. You were able to dispel the binding that was on the celestial dragonborn. Unfortunately, the demilich got away. You came to learn that the dragonborn's name was Roka, child of Tamara and Cyndor, promoted to angelic enforcer by her mother. And she was also wearing the suit of Golden Shadow. You guys, it turned out that the demilich had obtained through Roka helping him one of Tamara's divine sparks. When a god becomes deaded, it splits into multiple pieces that manifesting into what is called a divine spark, and these divine sparks have many uses, which include but not limited to fighting all of them and maybe resurrecting the god, using the divine spark as a component of some kind in very powerful spells, and because they are basically little orbs of energy and power, most people try to use them for that. Roka explained that now that the evil has been defeated, defeated temporarily, she had planned on bringing the spark to Bahamut because she think he'd appreciate that. I think that Tamara was his deceased wife. You guys had gone back to the keep. When you had returned there, she gave you the suit of Golden Shadow as thanks and a set of scrolls that once belonged to Tamara about key manipulation of the old ones. She also had mentioned that when her mother and her friends took on Ya-Blik, they needed to go inside him in order to do so, they needed the help of thousands of Sunsoul monks to pretty much punch a hole into the old one for them to get inside and not have the regeneration take place because of the divine energy they were outputting. When Roka had left, Chambers had notified you that a congregation from the Church of Ayun had arrived, headed by Commander Shin, who brought the relic as requested, had no idea about these old ones, and left with the condition that if he was to leave the Tome of Ayun in your care, Cast-Off would have to stay with you for the time being. When you guys had opened the Tome of Ayun, the pages were empty. Cast-Off did tell you that usually she only allows those to attune to the Tome of those she finds worthy. And that is where we left off. What would you guys like to do? Did I give you that many things?
We did find quite a lot in that place, so.
Moving on. Vax of the group. It says like a goddamn cloak. You have to have a movable closet at this point.
That's just the attunable items. I'll go into the rest of it.
So what's the plan right now?
I believe
Kind of
that
curious if
Eva
Rain
is
dress like a hobo and wear all her clothing at the same time.
Yeah. Was
right
Eva
now
attempting to
sorry, I didn't mean to
attune to the cloak?
I'm trying to attune to the book.
Or the book, yeah. Sorry. Somebody just said cloak, so that's what was on my mind.
Trying to see if I'm worthy.
Out of curiosity, at this point, it's mostly us waiting on various things to happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still waiting on essentially word from the Inculta people to get in, so that's our holdup at the moment.
And you had also had some people. You also had tasked the Exalted with doing a couple things on their own as well. So they're probably, well, as far as you know, working on that. Oh, right. Also, let me see if I have. I should have it. There is. Where is it? That's not it. All right. There we go. I am. It's a very crudely drawn map with paint. Chambers also lets you know that while you guys were away, Morley kindly dropped off a quick map of all the scroll. There it is.
Are we supposed to be seeing something?
Now I'm waiting for this to upload.
Oh, okay. Okay, I wasn't sure.
There it is. Stop it. Now there's 3. All right. If I could spell Nexus Point right.
Oh, that's what we're getting. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yep. This is a very quick map he sent of all the nexus points that he knows of and how many lines intersect. So for your reference.
So there's a 4 intersection down by Inculta. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 4
What's
is...
the... down to the lower left of Inculta, it looks like a 0 and the letter B.
Oh, sorry, that's a 3. That's
okay,
that's a
okay,
3. That's
okay.
a 3. I'm sorry.
No. I see it now. I just was double checking.
MS Paint was not agreeing with me.
4 in Robur. Oh, 2 right on a fucking city. That would be problematic.
Yeah, that would be problematic. Probably want to avoid dragging a old one to a prominent city where lots of people can die.
Now, here's the thing. If we were to do this in the middle of the goddamn ocean, we wouldn't have to worry about at least human populations. Obviously, there could be other populations, but if they're under the sea, then they're probably not right there at the top, which is where we'd probably try to be. Would there be a way for us to try to fight them in the ocean?
Boat?
Yeah. But, like, would that be a dumb plan?
I think it would be a dumb plan, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, that's fair. That you're allowed to say that. That's why I'm asking. Like,
Yeah.
How populated is that southern peninsula of the wilds?
It's full of Wanti.
Oh, that actually be great area.
Yeah,
then.
that's where we were before, right?
Yeah, that area fucking sucks. We put a snake god in charge by accident.
Well, not by accident. It was the lesser of 2 evils at the time.
So if you guys don't care about the Wanti population,
We really don't. I mean,
well,
we do,
not
but we don't
not
like
for
them,
that
so.
particular instance of Wanty population.
I think there
Yeah,
might be
that
a
was
bad
jackass.
interaction with the Wanty and the old ones in terms of like worship and power transference.
True.
Only matters if we fail, though, I think. In which case, not our problem anymore.
But
Yeah.
also, we could send teams ahead to clear out first.
This is true.
I'm looking at the map. That one might be like the safest location because it's pretty far away from all the other major cities, and it's on land.
Question: the one in Skorik, does that happen to be in the middle of like a just desolate area? I know Skorik is kind of a very rough terrain.
Have we done much in Skorik?
I don't
No.
think you guys have ever been.
No, we haven't been there.
No.
Bryn is in and out of Skorik.
Yeah,
but
Bryn's busy kind of taking care of a couple fires right now.
yeah.
As for cities, I believe the majority of them are on the western side of Skaruk. Also, probably one of the reasons I haven't filled it out really is because you guys haven't been there, so I haven't really needed to.
Haven't needed to, no.
Yeah.
Now
We haven't bought that DLC.
I have another suggestion that's kind of silly, but possibly not. So here's the thing. So we know that all the shit we're doing could do something crazy to the environment. Roper is already just a desert, so like, if we did something crazy to the environment, maybe it would actually make it less of a desert hellhole.
Well, the wilds, just especially that southern, isn't that just a swamp hellhole?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a jungle
that's, no,
hellhole, yes.
It's a jungle
Jungle.
hellhole, desert hellhole. They're both hellholes. They're both terrible. It's just which kind of terrible you want. Melanie hates both of them. That she gets really sweaty and is very unhappy in both.
I'm still leaning towards the wilds option because it's not attached to other countries.
True.
Because that's something else to consider, is it's not physically attached to anything else.
Mm-hmm.
But Robur is. And if it goes bad in Robur, then that continent could become two.
That's fair.
That's true.
Fair.
That's true.
Oh, that's how you spell non and liar. You know what? If somebody told me, spell non and liar, not what I would have gone with, but I can see it. Oh, fantasy words.
Can we move ley lines?
I mean, the old gods or their minions are trying to, but it seems like that really fucks stuff up, and we probably shouldn't do it because they're making it sound like it's bad.
Yeah. It's like if we could just take that one that's smack dab in the middle of the ocean and just shove it down further onto Lanks.
We just take Bikini Bottom and push it over there.
Just kick it up. Use your legs, not your back. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think the wilds is probably going to be our best bet as well, simply because we've been there, so I can teleport us, which is really convenient.
Also a 3-point intersection, which is pretty good.
Yeah, it's a 3-point intersection. The area is already fucked with Yuan-Ti, and we can send teams ahead to hopefully, probably commit a slight genocide.
Ooh. Slave revolt. Yeah.
What did you say?
What?
Slave revolt. Slave revolt.
Oh, no.
Slave revolt. Slave revolt. Slave revolt. I swear, every time I try to do Spartacus, you guys are just like, no, I don't want to do Spartacus.
We have other important shit to do besides making the slaves revolt.
No fun.
I assume you guys are talking in the war room.
Also, I would like to point out that the other things people are doing is making a prostate in the box and then hitting it, and making rocks sad and or horny. Like, so far, we're doing some stupid shit all over the place. I don't think Slave Revolt is the dumbest portion of this list.
Ethan's developing the technology with which we are going to save the world.
Yeah.
But you're also currently slapping a prostate in the box.
Well,
like,
right now I'm trying to prove my worth to Ayud.
True. True.
While you guys are discussing the map, the scrolls, the other things, there's a knock on the door of the
Uh-huh.
war room, and it's
Uh-huh.
Chambers, and she says, Sir Melanie,
Yes.
so there's been a small problem with your providence you were sworn to protect. I just wanted to know how you wanted me to deal with this. If you wanted me to assign, because you are very, very busy. You all are very busy at the moment.
No. Obviously, we've got to deal with things as they come up. Is there a messenger that came, or what's going on?
Well, there is a villager.
Okay.
His name is Samuel, and he has some. Do you want me to just bring him in? Do you want to go outside and meet
No.
him?
I'll come out. You guys know my vote is obviously for slave revolt, but we can do something else. You guys do your thing, and I'm gonna go ahead and come with her. And why don't you send him to the left parlor? And I'm gonna go to the left parlor.
Okay.
We do have lots of parlors.
There are
so-
lots of parlors.
I'm assuming we have several.
It's the Hall of Infinite Parlors.
Whoa, that's a high-level enchanted item right there.
Yeah, didn't know. I don't know how we got that done, but that's pretty sick.
It's like at MIT. There's the Infinite Corridor. It's just really long, but it's not infinite.
I'm imagining that episode of Doctor Who where they're in the labyrinth, but it's really just a hotel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very liminal space episode.
Yeah, I liked that episode. But
Good.
GM, I'm
Yeah.
gonna ask a question that might sound bad.
Oh, no.
At what point did I get to increase my dexterity score to 24? Or is that something you didn't want me to see?
We'll go over that in a moment after this.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
I was gonna say I was looking at things. I'm like,
I was planning to get to that last game, but you know.
I was afraid I had not heard something.
No,
I'm like,
that's new. That's new.
Okay.
Pretend you didn't see anything yet.
I'm missing none.
Yet.
You go, Melanie. You go down the hallway and into the parlor, and there is a older individual in overalls and pretty heavy boots. They look like they were caked in mud, but he had tried to politely get as much mud off as possible prior to coming to the keep.
That's fair. I'm assuming we have like one of those servants that just has like a little like enchanted item that just casts prestidigitation constantly, and he just walks around the house to make sure that Tilda, or the keep, just to make sure that Tilda doesn't like have to deal with mud. So
right. He's wearing kind of like a he's wearing a straw hat, which he takes off in your presence, and he says, evening, Sir Melanie. My name's Sam. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Of course, Sam. Tell me what's going on.
So we've already driven it back, but I think you'd want to hear about this since it's in this is your jurisdiction.
Of course.
So 2 nights ago, I was fishing with my son, Robert, and we saw something in the river. Thought it was a giant catfish. So we got real excited, and got some spears and sharpened sticks, and it turned out not to be a giant catfish. It turned out to be a bull shark.
Jesus Christ!
Which bull sharks, not uncommon. They tend to come up the river sometimes from the ocean. But this one was. How did the priest say? This one was undead.
Oh God.
Undead shark.
Undead bull shark. Yes, ma'am.
Shark,
That's
doo-doo-doo-doo.
not pleasant. And you said you drove it away.
Yes, I made Robert, go away. We were able to throw a bunch of some stones. One of my mates had a crossbow, and we drove it away. But we just wanted to let you know, something we saw. I don't know if anybody else has seen anything of the like in these parts. It's first undead shark I've ever seen.
Does seem not great. Obviously, we don't really want a bunch of undead sharks hanging around. Tell you what. Let me. I'll take this information. I'll check and see if there'd been rumors or stories of anything like this happening before, and then I can check out that area, or at least have somebody check out that area. You said it was 2 nights ago?
2 nights ago. I'm from Riverbend, Miss.
Wonderful. I will I'll make sure to look into this. In the meantime, please go ahead and let everybody know to stay cautious in that area of the water. Is that an area that there's many people fishing for their actual livelihood, or is it mostly just recreational fishing in that area?
It's mostly recreational. I mean, most stuff you can catch in there, like aside from the big honker of a catfish every once in a while, sunfish. I think sometimes a freshwater eel, but nothing. Just for fun mostly.
Okay. Well, please, while we're looking into this, let everybody know to be cautious. We don't want anybody to be, in the water and be attacked or whatnot by this creature. I'll make sure to look into this and probably be down or have somebody be down soon to make sure that we check the area, make sure there's nothing else going on, try to find out what's happening, and keep you guys safe.
Yeah, thank you very much. I apologize for bothering you at such a late hour, but thought you should.
No. That's fine. If you and what is it, evening at this point?
It's evening.
If you go across to the tavern, I will send word. In fact, no, I'm not going to send word. I'm just going to give you this note. If you go to this tavern, and give them this note, they'll give you a room for the night and a meal, so that you can, get some rest before you try to head back. I don't want you to, be walking out in the dark if you don't need to.
Oh well, thank you very much.
Well, I appreciate that you bring these matters to us. This is important. I'll pay for it. I'll just oh, come on.
All right. He will, give you a like a bow, and it's like, as he's walking, it's like, thank you. And Chamber's like, this way, I'll bring you to the tavern. And she's like, giving you like kind of like a waving out. I got it from here. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and I'll give him a little note that says, Sir Melanie, give this guy a room and a meal, and I'll go ahead and mark on the page. Please send a tasty breakfast with him when he leaves.
All right.
And and then I'm gonna go to back to the war room. I hope you guys didn't miss me too much. Quick question.
We've just been watching Aoife meditate on the book.
Oh, very exciting. Anybody know anything about undead sharks?
I'm guessing you know something about undead sharks?
Well, no. I know where somebody apparently saw an undead shark, but I'm gonna be honest, it certainly hasn't been in my purview before. Usually undead are undead. We fought, undead beholders, just regular undead, zombies, undead dragons. Undead shark is not kind of something I've seen before, and I don't know, some weird idiot decided to make an undead shark and it got loose, or there's some sort of, weird magical item that fell into the water and a shark ate it. It turned him into some sort of zombie shark, or all kinds of things. I didn't know what you guys have heard before, maybe about undead sharks.
Can I make some kind of check, maybe?
Yeah. What it'll be an Arcana check. What are you trying to like? Just undead sharks in general?
No, more like undead sharks in the area. I'm a bard. We have a tavern. All sorts fucking come through here.
Okay.
Maybe
yeah.
there's like a necromancer that there's been rumors that came through, or some kind of who the fuck knows. You
Like
know.
a story of something that happened 10 years ago, and they were like,
Yeah.
no, it shall rise again.
Oh, nice, natural 20.
Oh, okay.
That makes up for Wednesday. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Nothing seems to like really you can come up with anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the type of shark he described, bull sharks, they are saltwater and they do occasionally go upriver. So that's not uncommon. The fact that it's undead, you're not
A little sus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really
Yeah, that's obviously like really fucking weird.
Yeah,
that's why I was kind of like, I'm not sure if maybe there were some rumors that have been going around lately, or something happened at some point, because we've been in the area for a while. We have a
Ooh.
tavern, all sorts
Actually,
coming through.
if I would, if we were kind of like talking about this out loud, I would maybe suggest, has Zaitari or anybody who's maybe heard stories in the tavern heard about just any strange occurrences of undead of any type, like more than we would expect.
I mean, there was that undead dragon in that mound that we fought, but that was a while ago.
I meant like locally.
Oh yeah, that was local.
I thought that was like half a
No.
continent away.
No, that was loco.
No, that was local.
Oh.
Remember the
That's been a while
undead
ago,
horse
though.
guy, and
There was a
We
young
helped him
man who
out.
soiled himself.
yeah, because he got so scared and we were doing
that
so
undead
good.
dragon. I was thinking of the undead dragon that was like the big one that was like a fucking boss fight, and like it was
No,
a
no,
whole
no.
thing.
The one that
okay.
was under the mound that,
No, that was super local. That was a while ago, and it seems like it was taken care of.
Well, I mean, maybe we should talk to that
Flying family?
guy that we helped out.
The one
What
who
was
peed
his name
himself?
again?
Are you talking about the guy that peed himself?
No, the headless horseman dude.
Oh, I think that he's gone. I think that he like finished his business and just GTFO'd, didn't he?
Darren, please help. This was like last year.
I'm trying to look it up. Hold on.
I want to say that he was like, "Cool, I finished my business. Bye,"
That
and
sounds
was just gone.
familiar, but I'll double check.
And then I think that we took a piece of his armor and gave it to somebody as like a proof that he didn't desert.
Oh yeah, that's right. So we were trying to redeem him so that he could pass on.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure that he's gone.
Yeah, and the fact that Darren has to look it up in her notes probably means that it isn't related to this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was the only thing that I could think of that was undead related that happened somewhat recently in the local area.
Yeah.
So-
No, that is very local. I am fucking covered in this goddamn glitter nail polish I'm trying to get off. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's just how that goes.
Ugh.
Glitter polish.
It's off my fingernails and just on all of my flesh.
Tape. Use some tape.
If you say.
Like packing tape or duct tape. Just make one of those little rolls with it and just.
Hemlock, you mad genius.
I taught. Teacher hacks.
That, yes. I mean, I'm probably gonna go just wash my hands first because I think it's just loose setting on my skin, but.
Don't wash it if it's not biodegradable.
I don't know. I guess I can use tape.
Yeah. If it's not biodegradable, don't wash it.
Yeah, that's right, because it would go down the drain and be bad.
Yes.
But you're trying to hear if there has been any recent, more recent undead, like in general in the area.
Yeah, like if people are like, oh man, I saw 3 zombies yesterday. How fucked up is that? I'm like, oh, tavern talk.
If you speak with, hold on. I'm looking in the wrong document because I'm a dumbass.
We could go talk to the tavern Drake or somebody.
That was what I was gonna say. I forgot his name. I thought it was Philip, but I'm not sure if
I think
that's
it's Philip. That sounds right.
Yeah, Philip sounds right.
It was like a person name.
Fiddletook is your bartender. Philip is your alehouse Drake.
Yep.
Yeah, let's go talk to Philip. See if he's heard any suspicious stories lately.
Has Aoife peered
That's
into the
mine,
depths
sir.
of the Book of Ayun yet?
We can get to that. Right now, actually. Aoife, you are meditating, I assume, or are you just
Yeah.
trying to attune to said book?
I'm gonna meditate while trying to attune to it
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, oh, you gotta prove you that you're worthy. So Aoife's gonna be like, hey, I did rip that one book that one time. I do apologize for it. However, just like try and meditate and reflect on how like knowledge and learning has been for the last year or so.
Okay.
When the majority of her learning that wasn't like monastic related has
Okay. While you are meditating and while who's in the room right now?
Is Eva doing this in the war room or somewhere else, or where is Eva
Or
doing
the library or what?
I think it's in the war room.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think
kinda
I just
We're
Because
all
yeah,
in there.
because
We're
literally
all there,
Kasov
yeah.
like came in, dropped off the book. He's still around.
Yeah.
He'll
I-
he'll unless you need him, he'll excuse himself to the tavern not to get into your guys' way, unless you guys have questions.
I thought he had to remain with the book at all times.
Well, he's attuned to it, so
Okay. Well, he'll know if he's not attuned to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he gave it to me in the war room, and I just sat down immediately and started in the war room. So
okay. So who else is in the war room?
Me.
I am once I get back from talking to Samuel.
Okay.
I think Rain would go start changing because she got new shit. Kind of like I'm doing.
Okay. So let's say Zaitari, Melanie. Is Tilda here? I've seen Ro has been muted for a while. Or is she still BRBs?
I don't know.
I think she's BRB because I texted her asking about if she wanted the Grista armor, and she didn't send anything back.
Okay, that's fine.
Or
That thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting us know.
Did it come through my speakers?
No, we haven't.
Oh.
Only when you talk.
Oh, okay. Because it was a loud. You know how you rip duct tape the wrong way, and it's like just like a bullhorn. And I was like, oh man, they probably think I'm over here like being real gross.
just ripping ass.
Well, I figure the thing is, like, by the time it goes through my speaker, through my mic into somebody else's speaker, like, I don't know what it's gonna sound like at that point, you know?
Okay. So you're meditating, and while you are meditating on the book, there is a voice, and Aoife, you're not the only one that can hear this voice. everybody in the room who's currently present can as well.
What's-
And the voice says, hello? Hello?
Hi, hello.
Did you want to come in?
Zaitari's just gonna say, yes.
While you were so hovering over the book, a door materializes and opens. Well, don't just stand there. Come on in. Come on in. I'm very busy.
Yeah, I'm gonna set the book down carefully and just walk in.
Zaitari's gonna follow right after.
Well, if Zatara's going, Mel is gonna be like, "Whoa, oh fuck, we're all going? Okay, I'll go."
Rain comes in and donates the book to the library. That's how we lost the party.
when you step inside, you enter what can only be described as the largest library you have ever seen. The walls of these golden halls are covered with books upon books upon books, and it looks as if the floors extend towards what only seems like a ceiling that seems more and more out of reach as you stare up at it. The building is filled with, very beautifully dark wooden desks, each with a ever-burning lamp atop them for anybody who wishes to study. There are no windows in here. And there are rows upon rows of stairs, step ladders to get to higher shelves. What looks like a giant catalog system of some sort off to the right side, and there is, some of you would recognize what this is. What can only be described as a floating jellyfish with eyes and many legs.
It's a flump! It's a flump!
It floats over. Yes, it is a flump. It flies over and says, "Hello. Did you need something?"
We were invited in.
Mhm.
My name is Aoife. I was trying to attune to the Book of Ioun. And I was told there was a worthiness situation that needed to happen.
Yes. All right. I haven't done this in last time it was Castle. I haven't done this in a very long time. If you could follow me, please. If the rest of you, would you like to come? Do you want to make yourselves comfortable? Kind of like, do you need some tea, coffee, hot chocolate?
We can accompany Aoife. I mean, assuming it's okay with Aoife, we'll come with.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Okay. Yeah, my office is just down this way.
And while we're walking, Melanie is going to kind of pipe up and say, is this place some sort of, we have a person, who makes spaces that aren't real. Is this one of those?
This is a pocket dimension.
Oh yes, it is a pocket dimension. Hold on a minute, because I had wrote this the other day. This is the Segagius Librum, created by Ioun herself, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I should introduce myself. My name is Soul. It's lovely to meet all of you. I am the Libran's librarian. That's how they say it in common, right? Right. Sorry. And yeah, this is where she stores a lot of the incoming knowledge that has been gathered over centuries, millennia.
It's very, very cool looking.
Thank you. I had a hand in the decorum. It is. I'm very proud. Are
I've
you,
never seen anything like
Wait.
this. This is awesome.
Are there other people here other than Soul?
Zoe looks like the only person you see at the moment.
Okay.
Come. So she flies down to what looks like a wooden door. She opens it, and there is a desk with multiple plush chairs inside. There looks like there is a pot of what smells like tea that is brewing. There's also a couple slices of what looks like some kind of like a sweet brown bread with nuts and raisins. Nobody has a nut allergy here, do they? I do have a lovely olive cake. Olive oil cake I made the other day. I've been trying out a few recipes. If not, I had I had way too many beets, so I made a beet chocolate cake as well. And I have some, just oatmeal cookies, no nuts.
Either sounds amazing.
No, sounds real good.
She will start putting up the trays of the treats. She'll pour some tea. So, how this works, Aoife, was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's me.
How this works is, this is, I guess, in layman terms, an interview. I ask you a few questions, you answer them to the best of your abilities, and I decide whether or not you gain access to all of this. You seem very pleasant so far. I mean, as long as, the last few individuals who attempted to come inside, and they weren't very nice, and they were yeeted out very quickly.
I mean, most people don't usually say I'm pleasant, so that's very nice of you to say. Thank you.
No, you haven't tried to stab me.
No, because I'm here for your help.
Oh, right.
No.
Okay, have a seat. She'll, push the tea. She'll push the tea in your direction. She'll push the well, it looks like when you take a look at it, it looks like a zucchini bread with walnuts and walnuts in it. If you don't like zucchini bread, it's okay. I have, like I said, other varieties. Okay, so why do you need to attune to the Book of Ayun?
You want the long answer or the short answer?
The answer that you are willing to give and as comfortable as you are willing to share.
Okay. There are multiple old ones threatening our plane currently, and we're trying to find a way to destroy them without wiping out the entire region.
I
happens when you
see.
kill an old one.
I see.
I am a monk. I deal with ki. There's not a lot of writings on ki, how to separate it from the physical form. I'm trying to develop a technique to do so that we can take down the old ones without destroying everything. Hoping I might have more information.
Oh, that's very interesting. That would make a very nice thesis one day. I believe there was another fellow. Oh yeah. I know. Remember a Mr. Crassus that tried to do something similar, or tried to parse out some information dealing with the old ones. But I don't think his research was very key based at the time. He had to be thrown out.
He's a bleeding stone. Now he's a bleeding.
Yeah, he's a big bleeding rock.
I can't say I'm surprised, and I can't say I'm saddened by this news. He wasn't very polite when he was here last time.
That's about right. That tracks with what we've learned.
Yeah, see, oh, Zol, do this, Zol, do that, get this, get this. I don't understand your Zoli decimal system. It's very simple. That is a very noble cause, however. Saving the world from old ones. Okay, all right. Let's see. Right. I'm sorry. It's been, like I said, it's been a while. Maybe a couple of decade, like maybe 2 or 3 decades since I've done this. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see two distinct paths. One is I'm dead because I'm doing world-saving dangerous shit. I'm 16 for the record. I'm young, so in 5 years I could be dead. But like best case scenario, I want to
I'm sorry, Hemlock, you cut out. What was that last part?
best case scenario, I want to own a bakery.
Oh, that sounds delightful. Not the dead part. No. That the other the bakery sounds so delightful. If you ever need any recipes or suggestions, I do have a very very large bakery section.
Yeah, I don't know how to cook. I just think a bakery sounds like a nice business to run. I've never baked anything in my life.
Oh, it's very therapeutic. Let me tell you that. No, that is a very noble cause. And how I mean, I assume your compatriots, friends, they are also helping you with this task.
We are. Yeah.
Very much so. Yes.
As best they can. They don't manipulate key, so they're helping out with a lot of the other.
I see, and I do recognize some of the relics you currently you guys are wearing. Have you been able to fully attune to them to help out with this fight? I do remember I had some conversations back in the day with Cyndor. His attuning to the Kronos' staff was a pain in the tuchus, as he described back in the day. Took him a while to figure out how he was going to use that to how did he manipulate time to in the task of the old one entrapment. How's that going up for all of you?
Pretty good for some of us. A little harder for the others. Kind of hit or miss.
Yeah, I think we're all working on it on our own pace, but some of us have a little bit more of a personal relic spirit than others.
I see. Yes. Some of my fellow guardians, they can be kind of stubborn and whatnot. But I'm sure that all of you will succeed. And like you see, Zoe just gives a bright smile. Okay, world saving, bakery or death. I wish you luck on not dying part. It'd be lovely if you lived.
Yeah.
Greatest strength and greatest weakness.
Well, I know my greatest weakness off the top of my head. I'm real bad about asking for help and allowing people to help me. Not used to it, so I'm real bad at doing that, and that is an issue. I'm working on it though.
That's very you're a strong person to at least admit it. So, I commend you for that.
Thank you. And my greatest strength. I mean, the first thing that popped in my head is I run really fast, but I don't think that's actually my greatest strength.
That is a talent. I can't even fly that quickly.
It's pretty fun. But I'm pretty like I see things through. I don't wimp out. I don't back. I get through.
You are
it to the
committed.
end. Yeah.
That's wonderful, my dear.
If I may also speak on behalf of Aoife, I think her greatest strength is her unyielding determination as she has pointed out herself. When push comes to shove, she steps up and makes sure that it gets done.
She's a good kid.
That is lovely to hear. Okay, so we're doing strength and weakness, where you see yourself in 5 years. Say you have or have had a dispute with one of your comrades. How did you solve those issues?
I slept in a tree so she couldn't kill me.
I
No,
see.
Here's the thing in the Shadowfell. I kept making fun of for being old. It was a thing. I slept in a tree. It was actual answer is we talked about it.
Communicate. It's good that you recognize communication. Communication is key to a lot of problem solving. That's very good.
I mean, I'm getting better at communicating, but I'm also not above, teaching their only child how to play the kazoo at all hours, so they don't get any rest.
I would like to point out that she also really enjoyed that, so really, it wasn't that bad.
I see.
I mean, it was a little bad. It's kind of mixed, because it is loud, and she does not understand that you aren't supposed to do it at 3 a.m. But,
At least it wasn't like a drum kit.
No. It wasn't.
But now the idea is there.
Everybody came through.
I used to play drums myself. I do say I was decent at it. I wasn't the best, however. The multiple arms you'd think would help, but they really don't.
Yeah, it was just a kazoo, but I did also teach civil disobedience.
It's
how
good
to stage
think
protest.
outside the box. It's good to think outside the box. I commend that. Okay. Let's see. I asked you that. Is there anything you'd like to ask me?
I didn't really have a formal education, mostly self-taught. Is that going to be something you guys take into consideration?
Oh no! I didn't go to a school either. I was taught by my group, my family unit, and then I fell under the apprenticeship of a wizard. And then through a series of unusual events, I ended up being a librarian of Ioun. So my path is very unorthodox as well. So no, we do not look down upon those without and you see her put up her multiple tentacles in like quotes, formal education.
Awesome. And then to kind of counteract the whole no formal education thing, I am omnilingual.
You are what?
I can speak and understand all languages.
Oh, that's actually wonderful. We do have like several items in the in the library that would assist you with comprehend languages. Actually, you see her like take out a pair of seashells. These would actually help you if you needed to read any language. If any of you needed to read any languages, once if deemed worthy, once Aoife has been deemed worthy, if not, then you are welcome to come in as well.
Is there a limit to how many of us she can bring in? Is there a kind of like a one friend per visit rule or anything?
No. As many as she wants. However, I do ask you to sign into the guest book. I like to keep track of everybody coming in and out. Just not because Ioun needs that. It's more for my own personal records. I like to keep track.
Of course, that won't be a problem.
Okay. I can't always promise I will have tea and pastries on hand. I apologize for that. I do ask you do not get any crumbs in the book pages. Those are
Oh, of course.
very, very rough to get out.
Are there other people who are attuned in such a way to similar books that they would be able to come and go
Currently,
as well?
Kasov is the only current living attuned individual. Once you attune to the book, this, unlike other magic items, multiple people can be attuned to this item at the same time.
Handy.
Really?
Yes. Unfortunately, unlike other relics, we are not, as you would consider, a combative relic.
I have to just say we would disagree. Knowledge is power.
Hilda, like, there's like a look of complete and total disbelief when she looks at Melody.
Oh, you are also lovely. No, I do not like I am more than happy in helping keep this institution organized. I am more than happy into assisting you, teaching you my Zoli decimal system on my cataloging. It's a little, like I said, it's a little unorthodox. It will take a little bit of time to learn, but I have full confidence that all of you will be able to learn it. And just keep.
Another quick question, if you don't mind me asking.
Of course. Have more tea.
When thank you. When any of us are in here, Aoife or anybody else, does time pass normally?
Time does pass normally. Time here is like the time currently outside. If you were to bring this book to the Feywild, for example, the passage of time does adjust.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yes.
that's good to know.
Ayun didn't want them to use some, oh, I can age more slowly or quickly shenanigans.
Sure.
Yeah, we should, can't abuse it that way. Okay. Yes, one more question. However, it is not for you, Aoife. It is for the rest of the individuals that are currently in the room now.
Okay.
If you had to ask Ayun one question, what would that question be? And you would have it answered.
I'll look at Tilda.
Tilda looks like
Like each one, she's like asking each one of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like individually.
yes, but if you do look at Tilda, she looks like somebody has just told her.
Unlocked the secrets of the universe.
Yeah, basically, like, if you could ask God one question, knew he was real, and could ask him one question, and it would be answered, what would it be? And it's like, oh, and it could be any question. And that's what Tilda will ask. This isn't the question, but can it be any question?
Yes.
As in,
Oh, you mean like
we won't incur the ire of Ayun.
Oh, no. Just don't ask how to kill her.
No.
Yeah,
Wasn't planning on that.
Yeah, that didn't go over very well last time with Crassus.
Oh, he would ask. He would have asked. My lord.
He tried to be sneaky about it.
You can't really be sneaky with Ayun, I don't.
It's very difficult. Many have tried.
trying to figure out because, like, I know what Rose question would be, but it's not necessarily the same as what Tilda's question would be because this is different circumstances.
Why'd you have to ask us this, Darren? This is too hard to answer, like, on such short notice.
And it could be anything. It doesn't have to pertain particularly to knowledge. It could be pertaining, and I may not be able to answer it myself. It could be where will I be 20 years from now? Well, she might
This is the
know.
way around.
We already know.
Asking the good questions.
What?
I said, this is why you need Rain, so you don't have to wait 50 minutes thinking of what you're going to ask. Rain would just ask a question. It might be stupid, it might be great, but it would just happen.
Is it the camo question?
It might be.
Okay.
Trying to figure out how to word this.
At this moment, the question I would ask, while she's thinking, is what other relics could we have that would help us in this fight?
Interesting. I do have a relic section, so you'll be happy to know about that. It's
Well, there we
very
go.
That's
hard.
wonderful.
It's very hard to keep up, though. I only get typically the information I get is one that are of other devotees from Mayun, and they get placed in whatever book that it corresponds with it. So that section might be slightly not up to date, but honestly, better than nothing.
I have a question.
Yes.
Now this is for you, Derek, because again, I can not remember names of things
Mhm.
to save my life.
Yep.
What was the old one that sent shit after us when we got teleported into the future?
I believe it was Ya-Blik.
Okay. Zaitari will ask, how is Ya-Blik involved in all of this?
That's a name I haven't heard in quite a while. Ya-Blik. I believe he's mainly integrated with another person that might be associated with you. Let me see.
I don't like the sound of that.
Say, if he says like Noah, the
God,
Noah.
I swear to fucking God.
You're I believe judging by your attire and I think I know who you are. And she's looking in your direction, Tilda. You are Duchess Matilda Lorelai Galantra, correct?
As a matter of fact, yes.
We also have a big library on the genealogy of Leonin nobility. But I digress.
Excuse me?
I digress. Do you know a Galloway Allard?
Yes.
He is currently in multiple timelines. Best trying to engage with that current old one.
What do you
I
mean?
Well,
As in he's fighting that old one.
yes.
Yes, not
Oh,
aiding
okay.
it.
Not aiding. They're on opposite ends.
Okay. I took the wording to mean aiding, so
Oh, I
that's
apologize.
why
Yeah, I
I
know.
grew very concerned.
I greatly apologize for
Oh, no,
the
it's quite all right.
misunderstanding. But yes, that is a currently ongoing past, present, future situation.
I see.
Yes. How long that will go on for, who knows? Only Kronos would know. And he doesn't talk to the rest of them much.
No, I would imagine not. Time gods, they seem like they're above it all.
Yeah.
So.
And the timeline can get quite messy from time to time.
Time to time. Clever.
I have a lot of time to think about these things.
My question would be somewhat along the lines of, why do the gods not fix things for themselves?
How so? Like why aren't they just fixing the old one problem? Why?
Yes.
See, the last time they tried to do that, let's see. There was mass genocide, mass destruction of land masses,
Sure.
civilizations and cultures that no longer exist, nor we have the knowledge of. Not even I can get the knowledge of some of these things. My opinion, and this is not them, it is a mixture of extreme guilt and the trust that their creations have the power and capability of grabbing and of changing and directing their own fate and destiny. But that's my opinion mostly, from the knowledge I have gathered.
Could you please show me to the genealogy of nobility in oh my god, where are we?
Leona.
Leona,
Well,
thank you.
I will. Once I have assessed Aoife's status for attunement. If you give me a moment, please. She will float up, grab her notes, and float over to a side row. This will only take a moment. Please help yourself to more tea and pastries. And shut the door.
Sorry, we'll happily grab some more tea and pastries.
You sit there for what you think is 10, 15 minutes. And
which Rain knows is 5 days.
when you hear, okay. Thank you.
Having a conversation with Ian.
Over the telephone, obviously.
Right. Praise be. Shuts the door behind her.
Yeah. Zaitari will just ask, was that Ayun? Oh, okay. Well, interesting.
My, you have quite the direct link.
It does help when your establishment was created from the bosom of the goddess herself. Okay. Let's see here. After reviewing the notes and going over my review of you, Aoife, you are deemed worthy of attunement to the Saturdacious Librum. I am at your beck and call. I am at your disposal. Please don't
Melanie
toss
would like
me
the high five, Aoife.
Please don't toss me into a disposal.
Quick question.
Yes.
If this book, which contains an extra dimensional space?
Yes.
Question mark. If we put it in a bag of holding, will it explode?
I mean, we have multiple bags of holding, that would be a problem right now.
I see. Well, that was going to be with the safety data sheet I was going to give to you. But one
Sorry to jump the gun.
no, it's no. Apologies. No apologies necessary. The book would be fine. However, please do not toss the book into an orb of destruction.
No, that would be very bad.
That would be terrible. I would lose millennia of work here. It's starting over,
Also,
gathering
would you
texts.
die too? Like,
Yes, I would be dead.
that would also be bad, probably.
I would not like that.
I would imagine not.
But she's gonna reach out a noodly appendage in your direction, Eva. But welcome to Attunement. Here is your card. And on there is essentially is a library card with Zol's face on it, holding a bunch of books. If you put your signature there, that puts you squared away from attunement. This will allow you to bring books out of the Libram. Otherwise, you would not be able to bring them outside. They would just go back onto the shelves.
I'm gonna sign on it where I'm supposed to, and I'm just gonna hold it up and look at the others. And
What did you say? Sorry, you keep cutting out it.
my microphone's on its last legs. I'm gonna sign where I need to, like on the back of the card, where signatures go, and then I'm just gonna hold it up and look at the others with kind of a big smile. Guys,
You got your first library card.
I'm worthy of a relic that's not gonna try and kill me in my sleep.
Oh no! I wouldn't do that. I could. She just waves the noodly appendages. Do you think I have the ability to kill anybody, except for the bookworms?
Well, I don't know. Ayun did turn Crassus to a bleeding rock, but at the same time, he did try to kill her.
That is
So-
true.
It's more of just I've had one experience with the relic and it tried to kill me in my sleep. So this is really nice.
Oh yes, I don't think I have the capability of doing so. But yeah, feel free to go browse at your leisure. You, Lady Matilda, you wanted to see the genealogy section of Leona, correct?
Yes.
All right, I can bring you
Yes.
there immediately. She gives
Let's
she gives a very brief rundown, however, of the Zoli decimal system. It's pretty much the Dewey decimal system.
Mm.
Because
Shocking.
Jared is too lazy to create an entirely new system.
Why would
Oh,
you?
come on, Darren. Why not?
I mean, you could have at least changed like 2 things. You know, just taken like what, you know, the section for, I don't know, dogs, and switch it with pandas.
All right, hold on.
We have no classification for dogs, just cats.
Be right- I gotta feed the cats because
That could work too.
I plugged in a different microphone. Is this any better?
Oh, significantly so, yes.
Yes.
Probably, yeah. It honestly only happens after like you're talking from multiple sentences. So
Hmm. By the way, have we had a long rest at all, or?
No, this is a continuance of the last conversation at the end
Okay.
of last session.
mhm.
Okay, cool. So I'm still got it.
Yeah, we're still very tapped out.
1 5th level, 2 first levels, and that's it. And cantrips. I don't even have arcane recovery. God, I'm exhausted. Can people still hear me?
Man, yes. I'm sorry. I was responding to something that somebody was asking me about
It's totally fine.
some homebrew on their character.
It's fine. It's fine. I was just like, everybody went quiet. So I was like, oh no. Whenever that happens, I always get a little bit scared that like somehow my headphones have stopped working. And,
oh yeah,
you
I
know,
feel you.
Okay, I'm back.
I'm deaf or something, you know.
I have a player in one of my games that literally doesn't do damage. He's a cleric and he has never damaged anything and is going to continue never to damage anything. And so there's
Howard?
yeah. Well, I mean only two of you know who that is. And so he's like asking me some stuff about how, because we've got a couple other things that we homebrewed for him, because that's not really a thing. Like rules is written, like you get very few like things that are great for that, and so we were changing up his level 8 cleric thing. So
Oh yeah, the Twilight cleric thing. Yeah.
well, and so clerics can generally deal extra damage on level 8, but he doesn't
Oh,
ever
yeah.
deal damage.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he was like, "Can I do extra healing?" And I was like, "Yeah, since you've never done damage, sure." Well, oh.
Howard even know what a weapon is if you saw one in his hand.
Yeah,
I
really.
think he would just get confused and throw it down.
He probably would.
What is happening?
Disney Dreamlight Valley.
It's like Animal
Do you not know
Crossing with
what Disney Dreamlight
characters.
Valley is?
Apparently not.
You'd like it.
I've been having a blast with it. I didn't think I'd like it very much, but I actually love it. Let me actually pull up Steam. See how much.
My only concern with it is that like I'm not a huge fan of Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing. And
it
so
fixes a lot of the problems with those.
okay.
Like with Animal Crossing, it's really hard to decorate outside, and when you want to craft something, you have to have it in your inventory, and like there's all these extra steps.
God, the most
That
annoying fucking part of that game.
At Dreamlight Valley, you just hit F and you can move trees and rocks and flowers and grass patches and homes, and it's super easy to redecorate. And when you're crafting, you access your entire storage, not just your inventory.
God, that was the one reason why I stopped playing Animal Crossing, was because I just could not take not being able to like pull shit out of my storage. Like I always had to have it in my inventory.
Also, it's in early access still. I have
Yeah.
69 and a half hours in that game, and I still haven't completed all the quests and storyline in early access.
You really should have stopped half an hour before that, though. Come on.
I know, but I'm trying to get everything done so that when Scar and Buzz and Woody show up, I'll be caught up on the story.
Is it free?
I love that.
It's $30 right now, but you get extra cosmetics.
It will
be free
in
next year.
Okay.
2023. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But for $30, I have almost 70 hours of playtime for $30, so I'm not mad.
That's good.
That's decent.
Yeah.
And I've still got more to go. Prince Eric's only level 4, and I need to get him up to level 10. So like,
is that like bonding levels or something?
It's friendship levels. You unlock.
Okay.
They'll give you money, clothing decals, and like furniture items and clothing items. But as you level them up, they give you new quests, which progress the overall story.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I think it's worth the $30. Obviously, almost 70 hours of playtime. But if you like even a little bit of Animal Crossing, I highly recommend it.
Are you playing it on the Switch?
No, on PC. I would not play it on
Okay.
Switch. Apparently, Switch is pretty buggy.
That doesn't really surprise me, honestly. It seems like there's a lot going on. Probably too much for the Switch to handle.
PC is not bad. I've only encountered 2 bugs in the 70 hours, so not bad at all.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. Continue.
Oh, I was just gonna say I've been dropping an inordinate amount of time in this winemaking simulator that I downloaded for free, and I think I'm having a little bit more fun than people who actually know what wine's supposed to taste like, because I'm like, I'm making a Chardonnay. I don't know how. Let's put some grapes in here. Are we supposed to age them? I don't know. And then I just tell people my trash wine.
What is the is it
Uh,
for your phone?
It's
It's
on Epic.
called 100 Days. It was free on Epic like 2 weeks ago.
Son of a bitch, then I can't get it.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I like it. It's not very much. I want to say it's like I don't know. It's not free anymore though.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Yeah, I haven't launched Epic in a while, so it hasn't been like popping up with like, hey, there's this free stuff happening, you know. So
Yeah.
Haven't been able to get Gloomhaven to fucking run. Apparently, if you look at it funny when the first time you launch it, it's like, no, fuck you.
Oh jeez.
I haven't downloaded it yet.
I just downloaded.
Yeah,
I
the
haven't
one
launched
time-
it yet.
So, I got, was it like Prison Architect or something like that from
Mhm.
Epic for free, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be, fun. I've seen a couple of playthroughs of it. Looks like fun. And then, like, I got, a little bit into it, and it crashed. I was like, uh-oh. Okay, so basically, I can't get past the tutorial at all. Like, I get a
Oh,
few steps
geez.
into the tutorial, and it's like, goodbye.
That sucks.
Yeah,
That does suck.
it really sucked. Like, I couldn't even finish the first building. It was like, no. Good night.
Depending on what platform, some places will refund a digital purchase if it won't load, but
Well, it was free. So,
oh, well, then it doesn't matter.
yeah. But it was still a bummer, because it's like, I
Oh,
want to play this.
no, very much still a bummer, but at least it wasn't a bummer that you paid money for. Like that does give it a little bit of a less shittiness ish. Also, I'm really
Anyway.
curious what Tilda is trying to find in the genealogy books, because like it seems like she'd already know most of the data.
You would think.
Hmm.
Well, if we're ready to get back into
Yep.
playing.
Yep.
I as I look through, I'm looking for, honestly, the source of the feud between the Galantras and the Loyalars.
Interesting.
See if I
Okay.
can find that. Because presumably it's not just, basically dry information that's just like, so-and-so was begat by so-and-so, and so-and-so was begat by this and that was begat by, etc. That there might be some books in here that are, historical, about details in the history and stuff like that. I don't know.
Roll history check. This is pertaining to research.
Roll a history check?
Yep.
Hang on. I think I have something.
You have that one background feature?
No. I have a. Man, I know I have it in here somewhere. Scholar's Monocle.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Advantage on intelligence investigation checks. Damn it. Okay.
I will give you
History-
that. Because this is your investigation on your on books and information.
Okie dokie. Then I will take it for history, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
35.
Okay. Yeah, because you really needed it. Okay. While you are looking through that, I'll get back to you in a moment. You do find something. Are any of you guys utilizing the library right now?
Yeah, I'm going to the relics section.
Yeah.
Ditto.
Okay. So we got 2 people going to the relic section.
Hilda, we've got like a big war going, like, you know, the end of the world, etc. No. I want to know why my family
I
was
mean,
fighting
you
with
know,
my
it's-
husband's family historically.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's a generational fucking question. I would also want answered if I were you, so I get it.
Aoife was going to go for relics, but since Mel and Zaitari are, Aoife instead is going to go for key.
Okay. Zoe will go to, will lead you everybody to your respective sections, and if there's any
I'm just picturing. I'm so sorry. I'm just picturing Aoife shows up at the key section and it's just keys. An entire, like, just floor to ceiling bookshelves of keys hanging on
Camus
little
Zoe
pegs.
decimal system.
It's the
I'm so
Akashic
sorry.
records, but it's just keys. All keys that have been made and will be made till
Exactly.
the end of time.
This is our section. It's the majority of them were written by monks. Very little key research outside of those of the monk realm. But yeah, this is it. Please let me know if you need anything else.
Thank you very much. This is very helpful.
Okay. Tilda,
Mm-hmm.
looking through the genealogy, there is one thing that strikes you. As a book comes flying.
It's
no.
a book. I know. There's a little
Living books! Everybody,
imp.
roll initiative!
There's a little imp up on like a very tall shelf. Sorry. One thing strikes me.
Yes.
I'm so tired. Guys.
So going back, probably looks like 8 generations.
Yeah.
There is a name. God damn it. We get the
Fantasy name generator, go!
Shut up!
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean,
look.
I open up that website all the time when I'm DMing.
Why do you think I've got that bookmarked on my quick bar? Come
Yeah.
on.
Well, no, Boblin the Goblin is the best name.
Boblin the Goblin.
I'm still so I mean, Darren's playing in my Pathfinder game, but one of my players is playing a Gripply named Jim Jimin, and it's the best. Just a little guy. Yeah.
I drove my players to insanity once. They were friends with this rich kid, and this rich kid always had someone following him around, and he always referred to him as Butler. So everyone's like, okay, his name is the Butler. And towards the end, right before he's about to make a heroic sacrifice, like, we never learned your name. And he's like, my name is Guy Butler.
Oh my god.
And my, 2 people logged out. And I'm just like, I can't do this.
Yeah, little Jim Jimin was also gonna have a familiar named Lil Jim until he decided he didn't want to take the familiar feat. But I think I'm gonna still find a way to incorporate him in because Little Jim cannot die now. He must live.
He can always be like a smart pet or something. He doesn't have to be
Yeah,
magical
yeah.
in any nature.
I mean, as KK has experience, pets can die.
Oh yeah.
Oh
I'm
God,
aware.
Larry.
You'll pay for no. Larry's fine.
Okay.
Larry will live
You
on
think
forever.
Larry's
Larry is
fine.
a god, as we know.
Tilda.
Yes.
There in the line there is
A name.
3 names.
Wow,
Three
three.
names. There is a Sebastian Wyatt Loyolar.
Okay.
There is a Christopher Patrick Armelio Galantra.
Hang on. Sebastian Wyatt Loyolar.
Mhm.
What was the Christopher
Christopher Patrick Armelio Galantra.
Emilio or Armelio?
Armelio.
Armelio. Okay.
And
Galantra.
there is it looks like there is a name. So it looks like there was a marriage between a woman named Gabrielle Anastasia Tano, married
Anastasia.
to Christopher Galantra. However, the lineage dictates that there is a dotted line between Sebastian Wyatt Lawyer and Gabrielle Anastasia with a child.
Wah. Wait.
Wait, so was there incest? I'm sorry.
I
I think I missed.
Sebastian Loyolar and Gabriella Tano looks like they had the child,
Mm-hmm.
but Gabriella was married to Christopher Galantra.
Okay, so there was cheating involved.
Infidelity.
Mm-hmm.
Also, that
Okay,
means like
can-
8 generations ago, some of your family and some of his family banged.
Yep. I mean, honestly, you're a noble. That's bound to happen.
Yeah.
Also, it's 8 generations.
Exactly. It is
That's a
8
while.
generations.
That's
you know.
such a long time ago for humans. Like Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. Could you please
It's a little less than Jesus
spell
Christ, but
some of those names
Yeah, hold on.
in the chat for
Yes,
me?
of course. So it is Sebastian Loyolar.
Also, I'm sorry if my microphone picks up my mom snoring at all. She has fallen asleep, and
It normally doesn't.
okay. I mean, I genuinely did not know what this was ever going to be. To be completely honest, I think I once read a book where I think it was like a it was meant to be like Romeo and Juliet, but in a different universe kind of thing, and the feuds started between the Montague and Capulet type families because like long ago one of them insulted the other one's pasta or something like that, and they were like,
That sounds amazing.
yeah, and I was half expecting it to be something as silly as that, to be the great feud between Loyolar and Calantra, but this is
There's
interesting.
also one more thing.
Oh,
The child produced by Gabriella and Sebastian doesn't have a name.
Oh.
interesting.
And there is
Is there-
no record of the child further along.
So it just this dotted line leads to a question mark or something?
Yes.
Huh.
Legend lore. Legend lore.
I mean, I might have to when I have
What do
the
we
spell
legend
slots.
lore?
Yeah,
Genealogy.
Yep.
That's pretty much what we've been using it for.
All right, back to you. Rain, are you here?
No.
No.
Rain.
No, I know you're not
Yeah.
in the
Oh,
library.
Yes, I am here.
Are you present? Thank you.
Yes.
You said you were waiting outside.
I was going to go start unattuning and getting the sick armor on, and parting out things, and gonna have my shit in my secret little compartment in my room, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't
The
know there was a
hidden-
library, but if I had known, I would have gone in anyways.
That's
Boring.
true. I don't envision
Wow.
Rain looking up stuff in a
Rude.
library. Rain is more hands-on.
Nerds.
Rain, while you are doing that,
Putting on the armor in front of a mirror.
Yep.
Yeah, goodness.
go
That's armor.
go ahead and
Oh.
and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Just misclick. Got a roll 20. I said shit. That's when it happened. Wisdom saving throw in about 20 seconds. Loading.
How was Romeo today? Speaking of Romeo and Juliet.
Mm.
I don't think I. No, I did link that. Yeah.
Yeah, you
he
told
hasn't
me
tried to
he had a
stab us.
knife in his mouth, apparently.
So yeah, I got a call him at DoorDash. Romeo had a knife. He was shaking it back and forth, like they were like, we don't know how we get this away from him. I think they bribed him to go outside. and
Probably.
food, wisdom saving.
Yes.
So technically-
It's supposed to be on
No, so that's a 5 plus 6, 11 plus. What the fuck is an extra 5 there? I don't. Hold on, let me just re-roll that at normal. I don't know. Roll. Oh, the Paladinor is still clicked. Okay, yeah, no. So that 5 would be 5 plus 3, right? No, I have him. No, 5 plus 6 because I am proficient now. 11 plus my wisdom modifier.
As soon
Sorry.
as you said,
14.
all right, cool. I'll tell you now. As soon as you said that, it reminded me of Pinto Bean. Pinto Bean is the dog that carries a fake sword in her mouth and fights her owners.
So 14.
Okay, great. So as you are putting on the armor, checking yourself out, seeing how you look in it. There is a brief flash in the mirror. Suddenly you are looking at somebody who looks like they're a halfling, female, and looks like a regularly, dressed roguish type, leather armor and whatnot. The only thing that you notice about her immediately is she has these really heavy looking iron cuffs on her wrists. looks like the chain had been broken from them. And then as soon as you see that image, it just blinks out of existence, and it's just you in the mirror again.
Just kind of look around the room. Did you see that? I'm adjusting the belt. Is that you?
Yeah. Sorry about that. Had a weird flashback.
Are you taking over my body?
No, I am not.
I mean, I don't blame you if you are. It's pretty fucking spectacular.
You're like, oh, she's like, oh, please. No, that was me. I don't know why that happened. I'm not sure. I guess I'm remembering more of my past. I guess something you did jogged my memory a bit. Sorry about that.
And it doesn't sound like it's happy.
No, not really. The whole running around in the dark with a lot of undead and temples and whatnot, I guess brought up a couple more memories that I didn't really care remembering. Speaking of which, that Minotaur leap was really fucking cool. By the way, sorry I didn't mention anything at the time. You guys were kind of busy fighting a lich and whatnot.
Yeah, it's really even better when they're falling on their asses. Yeah, I'd say the bigger they are. I mean, it's cliche, but it's true.
It is true. So, I was able to do you
Beg your pardon.
a favor, I guess. Favor? I guess you could call it a favor.
You did me a favor, or you're doing me a favor? This is different.
I'm doing you a favor.
What do I have to do?
You don't have to do anything. I thought about your talk, and I thought about the cool shit you did in the temple, and I
Think I'm cool?
maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. So you should be able to do a couple more things now.
Oh, I'm so surprised.
Wow, I never would have seen it coming. Oh my god.
I was just afraid that for like 5 weeks or something I was supposed to be having like I walked out of the room or had to get raw mirrors. Shit. What kind of things?
Well, you should you know how I think you should do like that cool monk shit that Aoife does? You know, leaping
No
off of
monk
buildings and shit?
I mean, mostly it was off horses' asses, but I don't think that horses' ass is gonna be there all the time. So I'm gonna need a little more help.
I can help you off the leaping in the air and shit. Also probably make you a little more dexterous at that because you kind of need it too.
Excuse?
Wow. What an
you're-
insult.
If you're gonna get up to my previous level, then you need a little help.
Ooh.
I don't plan on getting up to your level. I'm planning on getting past it.
We'll see about that.
Ooh. Them's just fighting words.
I will watch this this challenge play out gleefully then. So yeah, she has imbued you with a couple a new thing, and she's bumped up your score a bit.
You guys want to know what my minimum stealth check is now?
Yes.
It's 34.
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
Go monkey roads, yo.
Okay. So yeah, you can thank me later by jumping off cool shit.
Can do.
And
Even if someone wants, we'll definitely do it.
and I guess you can use that cool rogue shit to help save the world or whatever.
What other
Yeah,
other lame stuff we're doing? You know.
The adult stuff.
Look, someone's got to help those people because who knows what dumb shit they're doing right now? You know, I mean, I love them, God bless them, but they, you know, when you're constipated, they're just backed up all the time with plans. You just gotta do things sometimes. I don't get to talk about this a lot because if I did, then they'd plan about that.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just gotta throw yourself into the fire.
Sometimes you gotta trust luck. You gotta trust you. Gotta have confidence in yourself, in your abilities. And hope for the best.
That's how I was able to do. That's how I did my shit.
I guess planning does help something, but we're not gonna talk.
Alright.
I'm gonna go jump off the top of the castle again.
Yes, fucking please.
Let's go.
Neat. Um. Yeah, but they didn't have a cool sentient belt. I don't think Prime would give you a cool sentient belt. Any particular relics or gods you're looking up on, Mallory, Zaitari, and Melanie?
What was the one that we were given the lead on? Like the small for Tamara?
That one's in Culta currently.
Okay,
It's
that's
the
right.
meteor
Yeah.
hammer.
Wasn't there another one as well that we sort of know about?
You know about Bahamut's Fang, but that's currently in the Platinum Covenant's possession.
Don't we know about a Melora one?
A Melora one apparently is in the Astral Sea somewhere.
Okay.
That Pip thought you weren't ready at the time when you spoke to her last. You see, Exalted have theirs. I knew I wrote this down, so let me just take a look at my notes.
And you know, the Chrono Staff was just kind of dropped, so I would like to learn about that one.
Okay, so the Chrono Staff, yes, Cyndor, according to the text you are looking at, like for just regular who had it last, I'm not gonna make you roll anything, but if you want to try to parse out where it is currently, that might take a few investigation history rolls. Because, and you know, Zol mentioned this, the last person to have Kronos's staff was Cyndor. And it was called the Hand of Time.
Melanie, what's your int mod like?
Me?
Yeah.
It's not great. It's like a +1. Let me just double check.
Would you be able to assist me on
Yeah.
these rolls? All right.
Yeah, I've got a +1.
All right. What kind of
All right.
information are you looking for with the Hand of Time?
Just his last known location, and if we can, what he used it for, to help with the old ones.
Okay.
One second here. Where is it? Did you say history roll?
Yes. History or investigation, whichever is better.
They're both the same.
Okay.
An 11.
All right. The Hands of Time were last spotted in the possession of Cyndor, in his home in what would be currently known as Vox Gadarn.
Interesting.
That was his last known location.
That would have been a long
It's
time
a
ago
long
at this point,
time.
right?
Yeah, it's a long time ago, and at that point, Vox did not exist.
Yeah.
So
And Cyndor is an ancestor, allegedly, of the
Allards.
Allard family, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Mhm.
Which Galloway, Allard.
Yeah.
I would guess Galloway might have that staff now or in the future.
Yeah,
Probably
in the
the
future.
future. Yeah.
Yeah, you did not, when you saw him the last 2 times, you did not see him with the staff in the tapestry, which one could assume is the Hand of Time.
Interesting.
When Tilda's done, I'm gonna ask for her assistance on trying to pinpoint a little bit more into that one in particular, since it was used very specifically apparently against the old ones to help defeat them. But in the meantime, I'd like to just look up any other relics in relation to essentially what might be available that isn't currently being claimed by somebody.
Okay. All right. So you know about Meloras. At the time, and Zoe will be able to tell you about this, Maliki had Melora's relic. At the time when she was around, it was called Nature's Fury, and it was in the form of a bow.
Mhm.
What Zoe remembers of the bow, it granted her the ability to essentially, on a small scale, change the landscape in her immediate vicinity.
Mhm.
What she had used it for, when she was able to tap into its full potential against the old ones, she was able to use the ley lines near the old one to render it paralyzed for a little bit.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Because
Yeah, we're definitely going to want to follow up with
because Zoe hypothesizes, because the environment and the natural world and the ley lines are so in tune with one another, even though the ley lines they consist of a lot of arcane energy, it is still considered a natural resource, hence why she was able to manipulate them.
Yeah, we'll definitely want to follow up with her about that. Her being the person who knew of the staff, and I can't remember her name right now.
Oh, Pip?
Yeah, Pip, thank you. I knew it started with a P, but like for some reason my brain was like Palm. Palm. It's definitely not Palm, but that's the only word that's coming into my head right now. Thank you, brain.
But yeah. Aoife, what current key things are you trying to pinpoint?
More of the physical manifestation outside of the body stuff. My first thought is that if that already exists, it might have existed in like a medical capacity as like a treatment thing. But it's mainly that again is separating the key from the physical body.
Okay. Zoe will will helpfully point out that the sections you are probably wanting to look at are the ones dealing specifically with those of the techniques of the Way of the Mercy and the Way of Long Death are probably your best bet, since they deal with ki in both the life and death in scenarios, aka then dealing with it within the body.
Yeah. Definitely gonna look at Long Death because that's what Gokor was.
If you need any further assistance, and if you come up with any ideas, Zoe can also point you in other directions as well.
Yeah, cool. This is a good starting point though, so thank you.
You're on. Each time Zoe comes around, to answer any questions, she leaves more pastries and also leaves some sandwiches as well, because you can't subsist on sugary foods.
You cannot, especially Aoife.
We could
'cause
try.
Aoife's not used to sugar still because she didn't have any growing up, and she hasn't indulged too much because it makes her go a little crazy. So she likes the
makes sense.
sandwiches.
Yeah. She leaves, just some very simple like turkey and cheese, like ham sandwiches. Also does like maybe a little bit of avocado.
Where did she get this ham?
Do you want to ask Zoe?
No. No, I specifically
Ayun
don't want
knows
this answer.
all.
It's if you try the sandwich, it's decent ham.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat the sandwiches.
The crust
Sandwich in one hand, book in the other.
Yeah. She brings you two varieties, those with the crust on and those with the crust off. And they are cut diagonally. She does do rectangles if you request it.
Oh, this is good. Aoife will eat anything though.
All right.
Like, she's immune to poison. She'll eat literally anything.
Okay, so you guys are researching. This probably takes a while.
FYI, so Mel is going to help Zaitari, but she's also she would like to look to see if there's any record of another relic of Cord, because we've been told that some people or some gods have more than one relic.
Yeah.
And she's curious if he has more than one.
I know the Raven Queen doesn't have any.
Um,
What I have, so.
Would you like to do another investigation roll? Do you want
Yes,
Tilda to come
I can-
over to
I
help
can-
you at this point? I don't know
can
how
do
long
it.
you're gonna stick around in the genealogy of Leonia section.
I mean, I'm certainly going to at least look for the for any mention of this child that was born between my great 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 grandmother and Theo's great 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 grandfather or something.
You can give me another investigation
Presumably.
roll pertaining to that, Melanie. With that current investigation roll, it does not appear that court has any others.
Okay, that's fair.
Investigation,
Yes.
not history.
Because this is you are still checking through the books. In
Right.
history is still fine.
Okay. 36.
There is no mention of this
Yeah.
kid.
That's
No name, not a this
Gender
gender, nothing.
no mention at all,
No mention at all.
except for this one family tree.
He became a demon god.
Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, that is a theory, certainly.
Game theory. Sorry.
That's okay, it's fine. It had to come up at some point.
Yeah.
Point.
Am I missing something?
There's a YouTube series called Game. It's a game theory.
Yeah, and he always ends it with, "It's a game theory," but that's just a theory, a game theory. So.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
if I don't find anything, which I don't, you said, I'm going to I'll go find the others. Very puzzled look on my face, but
Something wrong?
Hmm? Oh,
Is there...
not necessarily wrong, just curious. I'll tell you about it in a second. Did you all need me, or are we ready to go?
Well,
It's
we're currently trying to find information on relics. If
right.
you could help us out, we're trying to find some stuff specifically on the Staff of Kronos, which Cyldor used against the
Shit.
old ones, and anything essentially for what we already have, additional relics to the deities we already possess. I do know that the Raven Queen doesn't have anything besides what I'm wearing.
Are you absolutely positive about that?
I mean, no, but I mean, I would hope that my father wouldn't lie to me, but he might not know.
Very well then. Sorry, I take out the scholar's monocle, fit it into my eye, and start investigating at advantage. I got a 30.
What are you trying to investigate in particular?
I'm trying to find mentions of other relics for the gods that we are already attuned to relics for. You know, that sort of thing. If there's another one of cord, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Or Avandra.
Or
Raven Queen.
Avandra, or the Raven Queen, or, you know, Pelor. Hell, even, I
Just
think
not Shar.
Yeah,
yeah,
just
not
Shar.
Shar.
I mean, if we wanted to, we could find all her relics and just put them all collectively in the plane of Zeus.
I think that if we found them all, we should put them all in different planes,
That's
so we
true.
don't make some sort of horrible relic golem that's gonna come eat us.
I do have the
That's a
names
good
of all of
point.
her relics. So we could track them down because I do have all of their names.
True.
Oh, Jesus.
How
Side
petty are we feeling?
quest.
So I was looking at the things that I have attuned, and I noticed I only had 2 things attuned at the moment on the list, and I was like, wait a second, have I just been walking around with only 2 things attuned? Are you freaking kidding me? I could have, and then I realized the Shards of Dawn weren't on the
Yeah.
list,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, okay, got it. Still debating taking that armor though, the Garistro armor.
Yeah.
But I would have to unattune from either my engagement ring or judgment. And
I mean,
I
judgment's
don't.
not one you use often,
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
I still like to have it in my back pocket just in case.
no, you're not wrong.
In the same way that, like, I always take Tensor's transformation, or at least I try to have that prepared just in case.
Your engagement ring is heroism, basically, right? Can't be frightened.
Yeah.
And
Can't be frightened. I get +3 temporary hit points every round. Which, you know, is not a lot, and I often forget about it, to be completely honest, but it's still something.
chances are the fire, cold, lightning resistance is definitely better. The frightened
Yeah.
condition that's
Yeah.
really the only thing you're really losing.
Honestly, yeah, and that's huge. Because my wisdom save is okay. It's probably better than, you know, some others here in this party, but it's also not.
What are you implying? No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I'm not implying anything. My wisdom save is probably better than yours.
Yeah.
However, if I roll low, it's still not going to do me jack shit.
Yeah.
And I really need that, not fear
Mm-hmm. It is important.
thing. Yeah.
Spellcasters do have to deal with fear actually a lot less because you have spells that you can do that don't give a shit about fear.
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
That's true.
I'm feared.
Forcing a
fair.
save is a lot easier to deal with saves or with fear, since you don't have to actually roll an attack roll.
Yeah, it's not like it's paralyzed. I think having the resistance would be better because, like, when you get hit, it sucks.
It's also my engagement ring, you guys.
Well, you're not gonna stop wearing it.
You can still wear it. Yeah, you just don't have to be attuned to it. But also, you can do whatever. I mean, our opinion literally does not matter in this. So.
By the way, Rain, I'm currently wearing a +2 breastplate, not a +1. I misspoke.
I don't know what your dex is, so I don't know.
My dex is +2. Dexterity is a 15. Or might be a 16. No, it's 15.
So while you guys are researching all that, Rain, there is a knock on your door.
Knock, knock, knock.
No.
Miss Rain, it's me, Chambers.
Come in.
She lets herself in. Sorry
I'm
to bother
standing
you.
in the window.
Sorry to bother you. I couldn't find anybody else.
I'm like half out the window. I'm like, crawl back in. What?
I couldn't find anybody else. I apologize for bothering you. There is a.
I love how there's no reaction to your potential.
She is so used to this. People like running on roofs, explosions in the keep. You think she's not used to this already?
This is a Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean it's not uncommon.
There is what was her name?
I mean, Eva should be in the war room. She's supposed to be reading that book.
Didn't see anybody in the war room.
There's just a book with a door. It's very confusing.
Anyways, there is a woman named Switch. Who wanted to speak with all of you. She's been here before, I remember. Has a very large jaguar.
Yes. Yeah. Bring them into the war room. I'll go try to find everybody else, and first thing I'll do is I'll, use the brooch. Hello, and it's not gonna work because we're on a plane. If I'm correct. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, technically we're not within X number of, like, I don't know, within a mile of it or elsewhere.
The number you tried to connect to does not seem to exist anymore.
I dialed the fucking one. Goddamn motherfucker.
We can't do this because my phone has been broken for about 2 weeks now, and this is just gonna make me cry thinking. So
So I'll head down to the war room because that's where I saw everybody last. Kind of moving quickly.
phone.
There is a book.
Is the
There's a
door still
book.
visible above it?
The door is still visible. It's closed. It looks like it's just a closed door.
Is the guy not even in there either?
No, because you figured that if something happened, you can be unattuned to it. There's shit going down.
I just kind of look around. The door's closed. I knock on the door. I kind of after I look around. I look around. I walk to the door and
Knock on it. A flump.
Do we
enters.
hear?
You guys do hear it, but you see Zol's like, "I'll get it." A
Shh, it's the
flump.
library.
It's also my library.
the bitch imagine my rules.
Exactly.
The door flings open. There is a flump in front of you. Hello. Can I help you?
Have you seen several people, half elf, shiny armor, very tall, no, but Melanie, or anyone?
Yes, they're all inside.
May I come in?
Yes. She steps aside immediately. Are you're one of Aoife's friends, I assume?
Yes. We're.
Zucchini bread?
What is this?
This is the Sagacious Librum. This is this is Ayun's library. I am librarian Zol. That is a.
This is my dog.
This is my dog. It is a Welsh corgi. he loves.
Fed.
Oh, I want more.
They're all this way. I think I saw most of them in the relic section last time. Aoife's currently in the key section.
Yeah, I'll follow our fluffy friend.
Yep.
To, crew.
Tea, water, coffee, hot chocolate.
Got any Irish hot coffee?
Yes. Here you go. Whipped cream.
High as it'll go.
Yep. She'll
It's like 50% whipped cream.
Yeah. does a light chocolate dusting on top of the whipped cream as well. Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Leads you to the relic section of the library, where you see 3 of your compatriots.
Going on an expedition without me, huh?
You weren't in the room.
I wasn't in the room where it happened. You could have called.
It happened so fast, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, some people have that problem. Anyways, Switch is here. They're being led to the war room, which is I was gonna point back towards the door.
I mean, if you would like to examine Switch to make sure that she's clean, she could probably just come in here.
Yeah.
I feel like we should probably just go out. I don't know how many people we should bringing in willy-nilly.
Surprisingly, I agree with Melanie.
Okay, that's fine.
It was my classy use of the word willy-nilly.
Tilda, did you find anything on any other relics for what we currently have with the Chronos staff?
Currently, no other relics.
What about the Chronos staff?
Like I had said, last location was with Cyndor.
Right, okay.
However, it has not been seen since.
Well, we'll have to look into it. We'll definitely want Melora's staff. We'll follow up with Pip about that. But let's go meet with
Hmm.
Switch. What's the flump's name, Darren?
Zol.
Soul.
Zol.
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 Yes.
Could you go tell Aoife that we're going to step out for a bit? If she wants to stay inside, she can, but just let her know that Switch is here.
Of course.
Probably
Uh,
treasure hunter business.
all right. Sounds good. She will float up to the relic section and relay the message to you, Aoife.
I'm
Was
gonna
I
check out my
asked to
book.
sign a book? Sign myself. in
Oh
as-
yes. She did ask you to sign the guest book.
Okay, I sign it as Amanda Lick.
Oh my god.
She
How
she does
classy.
do a double take, kind of like just squints, but does not say anything.
Just imagine me getting yeeted automatically by the book.
I'm gonna use my new library card and check out my book on key,
Okay.
and I'll leave with the others.
As we're exiting, I'm telling them all, like, so I found these. I was looking for the rift, for the reason for the rift between mine and Theo's families. And I found these names, blah, 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 and, like, just kind of explain the whole. There seems to be a mysterious missing child. Like, I found one reference to them in the entire section of the, library, but couldn't find any other reference to them.
That's
but this
extremely
seems
weird.
Right?
Though I guess if you had a bastard child, you might not write about it much.
Probably not, but that's
Yes,
very
it's
curious. Like
understandable, but it's-
something,
Exactly. There's usually
at least like a name.
reference. Yes, a name or something. At least
Even
reference
if
to
it
them
was,
throughout the
yeah.
rest of, bastard children happen, darling, and some of them make something of themselves.
I really, yes, we do.
Mm-hmm. I was trying
But-
to say, like,
I'm also saying that, like,
example-
not everybody's thrilled about, bastards. Sometimes they'll cover them up. It's very possible that maybe they, after she was born, or he or she, maybe they said that it was, oh, this is the kid of the such and such that lives here, like one of their servants, and then that, that kid was just raised by somebody else or something.
How did it end up in? Why this one reference? If it
Yeah,
was
what-
truly they were trying to hide it and brush it under the bed, as it were, or under the rug.
Sometimes you can't hide
Why?
everything.
Are
guess
you
that's
are you
question of what
talking
was
about
it?
this as you're headed out the library?
Yes.
Yeah, walking
you-
and talking.
You hear Zol pipe up. Well, if I may interject, Lady Matilda.
Hmm?
You have to remember a lot of this information was gathered by primarily devotees of Ayun. Primarily, there might be a couple data points here that weren't. This could be something that was. I'm sorry to be crude in my language. Dug up. By one of the devotees. It could be a secret that nobody wanted them to find out.
Fair. I imagine I'll have to ask Edgar or my father to see if they know any more information. Maybe look around in our own personal archive.
Sorry, I had to laugh at that.
Perhaps we bring a cleric of a higher skill than my own to one of our oh my god, I just lost the word. like a graveyard for
Mausoleum. Crypt?
mausoleum. Thank you, crypt. Yeah, the family mausoleum or crypt to speak with the dead.
We could also probably try to do a legend lore on this
Hmm.
individual.
Yes, that's my plan for tomorrow when we have.
Oh yes, when we have rested and actually can cast spells again.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know how sensitive you
Precisely.
are about something that's happened 8 generations past, but there's also the very real possibility the child died soon after or was killed.
It's very possible,
Mm.
yes.
Or even
We still
maybe
do
Before-
that today.
make it. I mean, stillbirths
Yes.
happen as well.
Perhaps before a pillaring or
Or this person became a
death.
demon lord and is a great shame to the family.
Like,
There's
you never
something you
had
need to
time
tell
bring
us,
that up.
Atari.
I don't know. It would be a fun little dirty secret.
Maybe it was a tiefling child.
I believe we have guests waiting.
Before we get all real weird conspiracy theory on it.
Hmm.
Child is the old one.
It's Ya-Blik!
Might be. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, who knows how important this kid is?
Darren's like, fuck, they found out already now.
Damn it, they guessed. All right.
All right, so you guys walk out. There, Switch is waiting sitting down on one of the chairs, waiting for you guys. As soon as you come out the door, you see her jaguar like perk up a bit, and she like waves him down. Just who I wanted to see. How are you guys doing? How goes it?
Pretty good, honestly.
I call nodded on the jaguar.
Mhm.
And inspecting the jaguar for nothing.
So I spoke.
Yes, darling. Before we get into anything, we have a new policy for visitors here.
Do
Oh
tell.
yeah, I'm sorry. We're gonna have to ask you to strip naked. We have to examine your body.
All right.
I know it sounds very suspicious,
No,
but
no, no,
promise
no.
it's necessary.
No, okay. Okay, that's fine. I've learned not to question you guys at this point. All right. Give me a second.
I'll have to also confiscate and inspect all your gold. Could be
No.
At that point,
Yes,
at
it
that
could-
point,
it could
Rain
be
will be
infected.
gently elbowed.
Gotta try.
Nobody wants my
Um,
unaged Sauvignon Blanc.
Sauvignon Blanc.
Sure, I don't know. They're just like, this is shit. Take it back.
While they're undressing, I'm starting the what's it called? The ritual for detect magic.
Okay. While they're doing this, Switch says she figured she could talk to you while you guys are doing whatever you need to do, inspections you need to do. So my group and I spoke to our superiors, and you will be allowed into Inculta.
Oh.
With the caveat is they want to speak with you as well while you visit.
Of
I mean,
course.
that's fine.
I
Yeah.
mean,
That's actually really easy.
I wanted to talk to them anyways.
Mm.
So yeah. Since we're dealing with an old one, they need to see how progress is coming along with entrapment and what they have to do on their own time as well, which is fair, I think. So we have a small problem. You
Boss.
might be able to help us, but here's the problem.
Mhm.
Normally, we would be able to teleport us in a small group out to one of the small outposts. On one of, we have a couple islands around in Kalta that are not mapped. That would be our designated pickup. For our folks to bring us onto the continent. Unfortunately, currently teleportation is not working in that area.
Right. Yeah.
We're gonna have to take a boat.
We might have to take a boat, but that also comes with some
Do we
more
have
bad
time
news.
for a boat?
If you
We
can,
What
heard-
bad news, darling?
if you can
we
get a
heard that-
boat.
That there's these dragons protecting your island.
The dragons aren't the problem. Dragons
Oh.
are our
good.
guardians. A few boats are a lot less weary of going out these days. There's been more frequent sightings of sea monsters over the past week and a half.
Of course there have been.
Dead or not dead?
Here's the thing.
They're
Uh,
dead, aren't they?
Undead.
Here's the thing. You're kind of on the right track because when a couple of our friends have seen what can only be described as undead creatures, like undead whales.
Yeah. I just had somebody come and talk to me about an undead shark.
That is disturbing.
Terrifying.
That's
Yeah.
terrifying. Yes.
I just kind of send this thought. Weren't you talking about fighting with undead? To my belt. Didn't you mention undead?
Did I mention
choose-
that?
I thought you did. Cause I was like, oh, I should ask. Oh, I
Wrong
wasn't there
connection,
for.
darling.
I wasn't there
Well,
for this.
When you
shark.
guys were fighting undead, it drudged up some like
Mm.
unpleasant memories on her
Okay.
part. Yeah.
Not really. All right, fine. Sleep.
We probably still can get a boat. The price might be a little steep.
Probably
We
still
have
can
money
get a
to
butt.
work with.
All right. We'll probably need to go off of a point that is the fastest we can get to the outpost. We just have to get in communication with the guardian of the outpost we want to get to, so he doesn't try to drown us.
Have we been to Asp, or was that just Turk?
Have you been to Asp? Oh, God,
I don't
guys
know.
so many places.
Yeah, because I know that we went to Turk because that's where Cat Mommy is.
Yeah, I don't think you've gone to Asp.
Is it a port town?
It is a port town.
Okay. Well, we know. Oh man, her name was right there.
Was it Mama
Mama
Pearl?
something. Mama Pearl. Thank you. I almost had it, but thank you for helping. I probably wouldn't have gotten the Pearl part. We have a connection in Turk by the name of Mama Pearl who might be able to get us a ship in Asp.
That should be
I
close
can-
enough.
I can get us ascending. Gotta do. Wait, hold on. Do I have? Let me
Oh,
see
God.
if I have any spell slots left.
My question is, do we have the time to take a ship?
I mean, if it's the only option, it's the only option. That's
Well, the other options are like find a druid and have them wind walk us there.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but we don't know how much of that is also dependent on ley lines. It's very possible that that might still not work properly.
I do have 1/3 level spell slot with which I can send ascending, so I'm just gonna type it out to you.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. There we go.
By the way, any cysts or anything? Any magic?
No
Coming off
cysts.
of-
That you can see.
No cysts on Switch? No
cysts-
magic?
yeah, no cysts on Switch.
Cysts on Switch.
I am looking up something. 5, 3. Okay. If you decide to take a boat, the fastest boat that you can take there is either a sailing ship or a long ship. They will be able to take you 120 miles per day, which translates into... That's 5, right? Yes. It will take you 5 days to get to your destination.
That doesn't sound horrible.
Okay. I just want to know how much it would. Okay. So okay. Let me calculate how much it would be.
Okay, yeah, sure.
How much money?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pass along the information. I cannot reply to her today, so I'll get back tomorrow. Because I am straight out of anything high level.
Okay.
Straight out of anything high level.
Yeah, third level and above is all gone.
Yeah.
So, well,
So
Mama Pearl said that we can get it done, but it'll be 10 times the price.
Whoa, 10 times the price? Why would it be 10 times the price? I mean, I realize price is not a big deal, but I mean, I'd rather not get just fucked.
I think we can afford it.
Yeah, but I mean, that doesn't
Whether we
mean
can afford it or not is not really what's in question here.
you know,
Apparently,
the
it's really
principle of
dangerous right now. I get it.
Oh, well,
it
if
will
it's
cost you
dangerous.
1,800 gold pieces. So 1,800.
I can pay that. Jesus.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, pff. Yeah, like I wasn't expecting it to be that much.
I was guessing it was going to be at least 50 grand. So,
Holy shit, we're not buying the ship.
well, I don't know. She said it'd be 10 times the regular price.
Typically it's
That'd be
one.
5 grand as a regular trip. I mean,
So
come on.
just do it because you guys are fucking stinking rich. It's one
Yeah.
silver piece per mile with a boat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
that much to charter a boat.
you're going
Buying a ship,
yeah.
yes.
You're going 600 miles, so yeah, you just do a little bit of calculations per passenger. There we go.
I thought it was way more expensive to charter a ship. So, I mean, this is like rich people trying to buy milk. Look, you know.
I mean, how much could a banana cost? Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Go and see yourself at Star Wars.
But yeah, switch this. Yeah, our spellcaster can get us down there. To Turk or to that region.
I can also teleport us, but if they can do it and I can keep a spell slot, more than happy. But
So whenever you're ready, or whenever you can get the boat, we can go.
Well, we kind of just came out of a fuckhole of a dungeon before you got here, so we need to sleep pretty badly.
That would be wise.
But after that, in the morning, I can send another sending to Mama Pearl, let her know we will take the ship at that cost, no issues, and we'll be there shortly.
Alright.
So,
we're gonna have to relay the message to that particular guardian then a couple days after we launch.
Are you able to do that?
Our caster can. We don't want to give him too much heads up because he tends to be whimsical with time lengths.
oh, whimsical with time. That's a great description.
I guess when you become that old and you've been around that long, time flows differently for you. Is there anything
Yeah.
else you'd like to do? I know you wanted to speak with some of the monk masters. Is there anything else you guys want to do while you are in Ankalta? As our guests.
Well, we heard that there's a relic there, and we'd love to just take it if we can. Well,
I
not
mean,
take it, but,
borrowing
you
it is
know,
also possible, or
borrow
buying
it,
it,
earn
borrow,
it,
buy.
earn its
know.
favor, earn the right to use it, that kind of thing.
Ooh, yeah. I beat up somebody for mine, so I'd be willing to beat up anybody if that's needed. Not like for fun, but like, a necessary beat up.
But it's a relic of Tamara, being held at one of your monasteries. A meteor hammer.
I can ask San about it. He's more in tune with the monks than I am.
Mhm.
I'm sure he'll be able to find which monastery would have it. We are to meet. I am to take you to the country. Let me get the name of it before I fuck up my own spelling of shit. There you go. I'm going to take you to the country of Sukhothai, and we're going to the city of Atayutia. It is very humid, so dress appropriately if you can. If not, we can always take you to get some clothing in the local shops.
Oh, you said humid. I thought you said human. I'm like, is this not appropriate?
I just once, I would love to go to I don't know, crisp autumn area for an adventure. Somewhere where when I wear my armor, I don't want to die.
most of the regions are warm to hot in nature, unfortunately, where I'm from, unless you go into the mountains. I am sorry, I can hear the disappointment.
Okay.
Don't worry, we'll make sure that we're casting plenty of prestidigitation on you, Melanie.
Okay.
I
I don't know.
fed you!
Not good enough, meow!
I don't know if you'll have this information or not, or if San will, but are there any astral self masters there?
You mean the ones that can do what you do?
Yeah.
There are a couple.
Okay. I'd love to meet with them.
I'm sure he can make that happen.
Okay.
Hilda, do you have any spellcasting ability left today? Or is
What do you need?
I was going to ask, since we're just going to be going to sleep, if you could send a sending or two if needed and you have the capability to Pip.
Unfortunately, I didn't prepare sending.
Oh, well, never mind.
Okay.
Damn.
If I think this is a good time to call it. You guys are gonna
I
rest
would
for
agree.
tonight. The next game will be on the 7th of October, if that's cool with everyone.
Yeah, it should be fine with me.
Yep.
Now.
As of right now, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Can we hit the long rest button or
Yes, you can hit the long rest button.
Hooray!
huzzah?
Just assume that I'm sending a sending to Mama Pearl, let her know we're coming. You know, we have money. And mark that spell slot off. I'm also gonna send one to Pip and say, like, essentially, doing stuff right now, but want to get Melora Relic. We'll talk to you later about that. We're ready now, kind of thing.
Okay.
So,
Yep. She will relay that message then. She said, "All right, whenever you're ready."
We're ready.
All right. If you guys need anything from me, you know where I am. More kitty pictures are appreciated.